Test, test. Very cool. All right, let's put this up here. Let's turn that off. Come on.
And AV_K14 said, hi.
Hey, how's it going? How's it going, man? Hold on one sec. All right, all right. So, thanks for joining me on this Woodturning Wednesday right here on Twitch. Doing a little bit of a continuation from yesterday. I had turned a lidded box out of cherry burl, and now I'm looking at what in the world? Oh, sorry, bear with me one sec. There we go. Finial handle for it. So let's see. Let's turn this guy down. This should be okay. All right. So now I can bring this light back. So I wanted to share this bit with you because I thought I always think this is really really cool. I mean, this was further up on the piece, but and the burl does match here. What I didn't see last night, or what I didn't pay attention to, was that this pith also matches right down here in the bottom. So that's really kind of cool, I thought. So I'm going to turn a finial for this guy, and I came up with three different pieces of timber. Oddly enough, I didn't realize I had this. It was over in one of my turn piles of little stock pieces that I make. This was obviously a piece of cherry burl that probably was an offcut from a chainsaw that I figured, hey, that's big enough to turn into a dowel, so I did. I may have done that to turn it into a pen someday, maybe fountain pen, something. I don't know, but I thought that would really look really nice here. But my first piece that I found was this piece of the coat, and it's got two different colors in it, and those two colors actually will complement this cherry burl. But I also have this piece, and I don't. This might also be Bacote. It could be. Doggone it, whatever the Z one is. There's one that starts with a Z. I can't remember. So I'm going to put these two back. Let's see. This one goes here, in with the pen stock. This goes all the way over there. So I thought that would be. I mean, the cherry burl would look really really cool. It would all be of a piece. I mean, because that would look really nice too. There's no denying that. With the bark inclusions and having that darker color finial, I think might also complement this pretty well. So I figure I'll start with this guy. And I've got my pin jaw set up here, so just going to get her set up and in there. The first thing I am going to get, well, I guess that doesn't really matter. I can always size it. Well, I want to double check the fit of this 1/4 inch wrench in making a tenon for this 1/4 inch hole. I just want to make sure, because I've had a few times where And it could be that the hole itself was wallowed out, or I did something else not quite the right way, but had issues sometimes where the tenons don't quite fit right. Let's see, this guy will work here. That'll work. This is some really hard stuff, so actually I don't know, maybe this isn't the coat. This is I honestly cannot remember the name of the wood. I might Zeracoat. Yeah, that's what I think it is. Zeracoat. That could be it. That's another really, really dense wood. So let's turn a practice tenon here. Let's see. I want this. Nope, not that guy. This guy. And that guy. Alrighty then. So we won't use that. Could also be that this pin jaw didn't tighten down. Yeah, sure enough. I should have checked that immediately, but I did not. So it came out one tooth there. And I'll check that again in a second. Looks like it's running fairly true. May have to clean these guys. I'm not sure what's going on, but they don't seem to. It takes more than one try to get them tightened down properly. Goodness gracious. Check this again. Chamfer that off. Okay. Works for me. I had to have done something not quite right last time I did this, or last time I had that issue, rather. Okay, let's double check this again. Okay. I think I made a boo-boo. I did. Wrong tool. Yes, indeed. That's the tool I want. All right. Time to work on the shape of this guy. So how's it going for you today, Mav? I don't know. Have I? Yeah, you actually have caught the stream early before. So here I'm basically turning with the point. Hey, Connor. Hey, how's it going, man? It has been a while. I was just, let's see, I think I drove by your parents' place the other day and kind of had a thought about you, wondering how you were doing. Very cool, man. Are you getting any chances to turn? I haven't seen you around in a while.
Just getting back into turning, and I'm going to Pete's shop tomorrow to turn a loop pool.
Very cool. All right. Very cool. You already have the timber picked out? Oh, very cool. Yeah, I didn't make the last meeting, unfortunately. What'd you think of the carving demo, man? Did you get to play around with any of those tools? Nice. I think Joe said more people hung around this time after, or a little bit later after the meeting than last time. All right, let's see. I need the lid of this guy because I want to get my diameter correct here. Choo. Well, I guess that's as close as I get. Undercut it.
CONNER
I
said,
think
so how has life been?
I'll make this a little bit smaller. Not too shabby, man. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm done with snow for the season, but other than that, man, it's been pretty good. I try not to find things to complain about, even though sometimes I'm very good at that. There we go. Oops, not quite right. One day at a time. How's it going post high school, man? Let's see. You know, I think that'll work. Little adjustment to the lid, which I can do because I've got that hold in there.
CONNER said, not too bad, was working at Costco, but I just applied to Ace Hardware. That's going to be near Tom's.
Oh, okay. Did not know you worked at Costco. Let's see. I think I can graduate. Well, I can narrow that down some more. I can keep going here. Hardy hard R. Let's see. I think definitely a lot thinner, but that's what the base needs to be.
I was only working there during August as a seasonal worker. Then you let me go at the end of August.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize that was a thing. I mean, you know, I've heard of it for agricultural workers, but not box stores. And hotels, I guess, yeah, they have seasonal workers, or we do anyway here. I know of some that come from Jamaica, or at least used to. I don't know what it is now with the immigration policies of our current government, or those currently in charge of our government. Man, this stuff cuts really nice. Yeah, I think that dark ice are really dense. I mean, it's cutting like very similar to like Bacote, so you know, a dense oily wood. So yeah, I think it'll definitely complement this really nicely. Let's see. What do I want to do from here? I think. He says, let's see. It is really nice to be able to hear the wood on the tool, or the tool on the wood, vice versa, whatever, and not the lathe banging around. Let's see. I think. As close as I can get. All right. So to me, the coat kind of smells like coffee. I see what my problem is here. This doesn't smell like that at all, actually. I'm not sure how it just smells woody. Oh, that could be fun. Yeah. Yeah, we won't do that. I was going to put another little tiny ball right on the top, but it would be right on the top of the handle.
So what are you making? I'm alive here. So SQStreamroom.com remove the space at WX before.
I'm making a finial or a handle for the lid for a box. I was intending to turn it last night, but didn't really have the time after getting this piece turned, so I decided last night that I would turn this dude today. And then start on another little box. I have some what is it? Big quilted.
Say, you always made good tops for this.
Oh, thanks. Quilted big leaf maple with some curly maple. It is burl. It's a bark included burl. There we go. Yeah, that works. see, what would be a decent height for this guy? I think we're right in. Yeah, I think we're right in the ballpark. So I've turned zero coat before. It's I think once or twice. It's always been for little finial projects. Oh yeah, it's time for this guy. And I do like the way it turns. Usually it's smaller pieces. This is one of the biggest pieces I've gotten. I've got another piece. I think it's 1.25 inches square by like maybe 12 inches, but it's got the dark and the yellow in the zero coat in it, which is really kind of cool. So I haven't really started using much of that yet. Most of the other stuff I've turned that zero coat has been just a dark chocolate dark brown basically. All right, so Eric Lofstrom, who, if I remember right, is in California, or maybe it's Oregon. I'm sorry, it's on the west side of the country. I cannot remember which one it is. Did demo for our club. Optical Bowls, I believe it was the title. And one of the things he covered, because he had a background in carving, hand carving, was how he treated his turning tools. He honed them just like he would his carving tools, hand carving tools. So I just put this is fresh off the grinding wheel, and so I'm going to hone it, get rid of that burr, and that edge will last a lot longer, and it'll cut just really nicely, and it'll cut really nicely now. But I want to get a much better cut without the burr. So actually, that's not even right to say. What I'm doing is I'm creating a thicker micro burr on this tool. And now that burr that was there off the grinding wheel is gone and replaced by a thicker, sturdier burr down here. Just using a piece of, well, in my case, it's a piece of old 320 grit, abrasive paper, and a piece of leather. Feeling it, it feels almost smooth, but it's enough to pull that burr over the edge, and this leather tucked in behind it lets me get it right down into the bottom of the flute here and take that straight out, knock that right off. And while I'm at it, oh yeah, I need to sharpen this guy. I need to put this on the wheel again. There we go. Now that's nicely honed. And I think Eric Loston was using, oh gosh, what do they call that stuff? Come on. Oh, I'll think of it here in a minute. But it's a cloth-backed abrasive. And for some reason, I can't remember what it's called. Even though I used it many times for both plumbing and for woodworking. But anyway, let's see. It will eventually come to me. And I think I'll leave that the way it is. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's really too thick. I think I'll leave that and make a little bead right there. I'm just kind of cutting backwards and forwards with the skewer. Really light cut on the way back. And we'll turn this little bead here. And then I can use this guy as a skew. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll do. All right. So let's clean this up. Oh, yeah, that'll look nice too. A little bit of a A little bit of a taper. Or cove, I guess, but it would be long, slow, broad cove with the bottom of it being right there. There we go. And that mark. I'm going to leave it that way. I think I do. I say, I mean, it is nice to turn this wood. It doesn't smell like burnt coffee, chocolate-ish kind of whatever, like I think the coat does. But other than that, it turns very similarly. Okay, then if I got that, I want to give a little bit. I wonder if that's what I really want. What I really, you know what? Yeah, that'll work. And I just round this over here on the lid, and that'll be fine. Yeah, that'll work. Cut that a little bit at an angle because I want to undercut the base of this so that it's concave underneath. This is concave on top so that the edge of that will sit on the outer edge of that rather than trying to get it flat and not have it sit right.
Hello, said. Well, I have to get off so I can get dishes done. So have a good rest of your day, and I might be on your next live.
Hey, cool, man. Well, every Tuesday and Wednesday, 8 to 11, man. Glad that you had the time to stop by. Nice to see you still kicking. Definitely hope to see you in person one of these days, sooner rather than later. Okay. So yeah, I just really wanted to gauge that to make sure it wasn't that this was splayed open or a cheaper wrench. This what is this, a Husky? So I mean, it still needs to be accurate. It's a Husky, but at least I know that I can fix the problem because the problem is me. Okay. Hey, my. Dishes, the never-ending chore. I guess if you use paper products for everything, you can always just put it in the compost pile or whatever. Okay, let's get that little bead there. This is some stout wood. I mean, it's not like I'm putting tons of pressure on this, but it's not really deforming at all, and I'm putting some pressure on it. Pretty strong stuff. Alrighty then. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to hit that with 320 now. Because it is such a dense wood. Let's see what we got here. This is 150, 220. Oh, maybe time to open a new package. Oh, here's some right here. This will work. This will work just fine. This is the story of Johnny Rock. Gone for good, but not forgot. Oops. Let's see. I guess do it this way. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can collect enough of this stuff. Probably not, but give it a try. Oh, there's a good bunch of it right there. Some of these shavings to burnish this piece. There we go. Put that over there. Now let's see. Yeah. And then a little coarser grit sandpaper there to chamfer those edges on the tin. Test fit. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to do anything with the lid. That actually works out really nice. Oh, standing in front of... Put it in front of the white, Dave. There you go. I guess, I don't know. Am I not allowed to use colors anymore to describe anything? I think that's... oh, it's over here. Okay, moving on. I got the... I need to glue this together, so I'll do that. Let's move that down here. That down here. See, I don't need this guy for a while, but I think I will need it later. This guy can get put away. There we go. Bring this guy back up. Guess we'll need that bowl gouge in a bit. Set that right there. Okay, I'm gonna go get some glue really quick. I'll be right back. Put this piece right in there. I have two little stowaway bins with snap on the handles snap. The lid's in place, and I keep all the little leftover billet pieces that I have when I've turned tenons and finials and all that kind of stuff. All right, shoot, what the heck did I come in here for? Oh, yeah. Whoops, that's right. I had to move it because the upstairs is being remodeled. Upstairs bathroom, so it's kind of things are in a lot of disarray right now. All right. All the way back. Here's the bowl. So match up. Let's see. I think gotta find out which. Maybe it doesn't matter with this piece because it was straight enough grain. Yeah, it does a little bit. So line up the grain. It's easier to see on one side than another. Okay, it goes this way. Huh. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I mean, it looks nice, but I don't know about that. I'm not going to fix that in place. I think I will turn another one. I'm not really sure about that. Of course, this doesn't have finish on it, so it's not. It'll darken that wood up a little bit, but it'll make all the eyes and everything pop, all the curl, the figure. I thought about buffing this guy, but I get fibers caught up in all this. And maybe even tear some of that bark conclusion out, so I figured buffing it's probably not a good idea. But, I left a really, really nice surface on it, so it's not like it's not ready for finish. It's just buffing adds a little extra step sometimes, a little extra polish to it. Let me get this other piece here. Let me just look, because nope, that's not it. Well, I have placed it somewhere. Up there it is. Because when this I think if I turn the finial with it in this direction, then if I have a little ball, it'll have some color on it, but most of that color will be gone until I get down to the base. Maybe if I do it this way, but then all that color would be gone. So it'd just be red. You know what? I'm going to sit on that. I'm not really sure about that color combination, so we'll see. I'm not going to attach it permanently, but I will move it inside and get the next couple of pieces out. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, let's put that right there. Actually, let's not. Alley-oop, come on. There we go. Let's put it right there for now. And I'll look at it with the light. Well, I don't know. From this angle, it looks a little bit better. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I don't think I'm going to turn that, so we'll go with these guys. So I have this nice block of big leaf maple, quilted big leaf maple, that I got as part of an auction. No, wait. Yeah, quilted. Big leaf maple quilted. I can't read. There's a wood burned something in there. I can't read the where it came from. It could have been a hand carving symposium that a friend of mine and I went to check out to see, kind of scope out what kind of stuff they had. If there was hand tools, it might be handy for turning. And I picked up a few small carving tools that really have helped me out on some smaller things. So this could have come from that symposium, which was here in Michigan. I don't know, 6-7 years ago. Or it could have come from Tennessee Symposium at an auction. One of the two. Anyway, I thought this would look really, really cool. It might look really cool just as a hollow form. But I also thought it would look really cool. There's a lidded box with this maple burl, bark included maple burl, and then mesquite as the handle. And I thought that might be cool too, so let's mount this guy. What? No, we don't need this over here. So I think I will find my center points on both sides. We'll start off. I had an idea. I think, let's see. I had an idea. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with. I think. Let's see. How am I going to be able to do that? Let's draw it out. So what I was thinking was starting it off to be able to, a la Rudolph Lopez, to do some beads on the sides here. So these beads would match those beads, start off between centers. And then rotate it 90 degrees and do the same thing. It's got all kinds of wax on it, making it difficult. So that's just a ballpark spacing here. Let's see. If I go here, we'll just try to mark it in the wood. That's too wide. I'm thinking these will match up pretty close. Yeah, pretty close. And then same thing on this side, on these two sides. So this would be a bead. The thing is, though, and this is where these calipers will come in handy. If I can lay fingers on them. Come here. Let's see that this is center here. I'm not sure if I drew this center or not. It is not center. Center would be more like right there. What are we doing here? Well, maybe not way off. Okay, so it's not perfectly square, so that's going to pose another issue. But what I was thinking, I can draw this in here. And we'll draw the grid. What'd you do with your pencil, Dave? There it is. So essentially, basically 3 beads would show up on the cardinal points of it once it's turned around. Even if I turned all these beads, 2, 3, oh, so 4 beads maybe, and then possibly just even 2 beads, and that would be on the outside of the box. I don't know if I'm digging that idea or not. I thought it might be worth exploring. Bees, so B, let's see, let's kind of draw these out. So basically these 2 beads, maybe a little bit of the beads outside of that would show up depending on how around I turned it. I wouldn't have to turn it completely around. See, I think that most of the quilting, well, there's some down on this side, but it's really prevalent on this side. And excuse me. This is the side, or at least this figure is what I would like to be seen the most. If it were a lidded box, it would be only when the lid was off, because this would be on the bottom, unless I left this on the top, or I turned this into a hollow form and kept as much of that as possible. Decisions, or I could use this for another project. 8 by 8-ish. And resaw it. I don't know. I'd really like to turn it because I've never turned big leaf maple. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe I wanna sit and think about it some more. Like, I mean, I could turn this thing around and then look at it then, but what if I want to cut it in half and make lidded boxes out of it? That quilting looks really cool. Oh, and it would really accept the dye really nicely. Like a really light dye wash. Or not. Oh my gosh, man. Help me, Lord, help me. Okay, so I think I'm going to make this the bottom. I am going to make this the top. I'll figure out how I'm going to incorporate as much of that in there as I possibly can. I want this to show, but really what's only going to show is something in here. But if I left it square, it's not exactly square. That doesn't matter though if I can get the center right. So if I left it square, a square wing, What if he turned it into an oval, do you think would happen then? Let's see. Oh, it would really take out a lot of that. All right, I want to face this off. I can see the quilting looks like it just goes all through this. Can't tell here, although lots of chatoyance on that side. A lot of chatoyance and some quilting. So I'll make this the bottom so that as much of this I hope will show up can show up. Let me grab a ruler. And I better grab that chisel too. Let's see, let's grab this ruler. What happened to the other ruler? Oh, ruler! I don't know where I put you. All right, this will work. Oh, it's right there. Duh. Okay, let's put this one back. I stole a ruler out of my starette square. Now I can't tell. Got to turn it around. I'll mess with it later. Okay, ruler. Pointy bits. And since that is definitely wax, I am not going to get a secure hold on that. So I need to take it down to the wood. Somewhere in the center, eh? All right, let's get that line. Oh, cooler yet. Trying to figure different ways I could turn this piece, different orientations on the lathe. All right, let's get that wax off. I always think it's much nicer to work with sharp tools, especially if you're working with somebody you don't care for. Because it makes work easier. Okay, put that aside. Oops. Oh, went across the grain. That's about right. Okay, so we'll start off with that. See what we got. Let's put these two pieces off to the side. How about you sit over there and you sit right there. Let's cover up the computer. That's the bottom, so it's going to face the back of the lathe. I was afraid of that. I hate working with waxed wood because paraffin is a heck of a lubricant. It's also highly flammable. And it's a heck of a lubricant. And so when you seal the wood with it, I guess if I used a spur drive, that would be a different story. Actually, I better not use this guy. At least till I can get underneath it. Everything clears. Okay, very good. I'm on the wrong side. If I am planning on leaving wings here on the top, let's see, and I think that's right height. We'll play with it if I need to. Yeah. Definitely smells like maple. Let's see. Ideas. Now, let's get this. I'm curious how it looks now. So yeah, you can see it's not quite square, the longer side, but still, that's. Wait a minute, though. That means I can cut those beads into these two sides, and that would give it an extra visual something or another. Thinkety think. Well, actually, since the top is square, it doesn't really matter. I can do beads all the way around if I wanted to. That's not what I'm after. Oh, look at that. That looks like a beetle hole. No? Something to do with the timber. It's mighty hard. I wonder if that's resin. Mighty hard. Which that mighty hard stuff, unless it's dirt, it's right up. The pith was somewhere in here. Let's see, the way they cut this, the pith was somewhere over here. And this is, I don't know how many years that would have been, 20 years, something in there. That's got, after it grew, it's got something really stinking hard in there, which is kind of explaining why my tool is not cutting the way I think it should. Okay. Questions are being answered. So I practice a lot. You can see I'm off the tool rest a little bit, but so just a reminder that every wood turner is ultimately responsible for their own safety. So don't try to emulate things you're not comfortable with until you get comfortable with them. Okay, let's see. I want to turn this way. Something more like that. Just make sure, nope, too low, I think. Clears, 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 clears. Very good. How does that look? That is not bad, except here and here, and it's probably the figure that's in it. I'm getting a little bit of tear out. So I'm going to say that's the quilting in it because I'm looking at it, and actually you can see it too on the camera. Let me tilt this up just a skosh. Squished it. All right, so the grain is running at this point, parallel with the waist, right? but the figure is cocked off at another, I don't know, 30, 60 degrees. And so I'm getting a little bit of tear out. This is the same thing here. Actually, this is even tilted almost 45, where the figure is running through it. Here, no issue, and here, no issue. So I'll try to figure this out. See what that looks like. Boy, that cleaned it up quite a bit going this the other direction. All right. See if I can do a cold cut at this angle. Maybe a negative red scraper will be the tool of choice for this. Going the other direction, it sure cleaned that up, so I'll go that direction with the negative red scraper. We'll see how that works out. Oh man, this could look like, yeah, maybe. Let's see. That won't clear, will it? Nope. How about if I bring it in there? Oh, that will clear. Yay! Something hit. Okay. Okay. Let's see, I think I can still take that in further. Oh, we got two foot. Let's bring this out some more. little bit. I want to do a little bit of, well, hopefully not carving. Let's get this. So as I'm looking at this, I'm like gauging like the width, how it would look. I'm gonna get a sharp tool and just kind of making adjustments as I go. It's what in the world? Uh-oh. Wait, no, I can't be missing that. Skew. Need to find my 5/8 spindle gouge, and it may have fallen off onto the floor if it's not in a tool handle somewhere. There it is. Cool. It fell off onto the toolbox down below. Okay, that is a sharp tool. And that is a sharp tool. So we'll start with this guy. Everything clears. Still not right. Nope. Don't worry about it. We can fix it in post. I'll get somewhere. Okay, so if I have all of that, oh, actually, I want more than that to carve. So this is going to have to be smaller. Okay, no worries. bit smaller yet. There we go. Now I think I'm getting into the south shape on that. Okay. And that gives me, what was that, about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches to carve that. Let's get back to bottom guy here. Actually, I need to change to the spindle gouge anyway, which I think I just set over here. Beauty mess. Now I just need to shrink that down just a bit. I think I'm already concave up to about that point. So let's. Whoopsie daisy. Yes, we can't do that. Let's make sure that this is, yep, a little too low. All right. Let's try that one more time. Nice. Okay. So I just want a little bit of a flip there. Yeah, we're definitely concave. You know, I could carve feet into this thing, actually. But no, let's not do that. Let's instead use my spindle gouge. Work on this foot a little bit more. I want to get that profile a little bit smaller so that I don't really see it when it's sitting on the surface that it's sitting on. kind of just tuck it under just a little bit. And then I'll finish that bead. Clean that up. Let's make sure I didn't lose my concavity. I want it sitting on that rim there. Alright, so I need to take this down a little bit more. See how that looks. Looks fun. Oh my goodness. Okay. Very groovy. One tool. Shear scrape and shear scrape, both very, very light touches. You see the shavings that I'm pulling off right here. These are really, really fine. Finer than frog hairs. Which, from what I understand, are mighty fine. Wrong tool. This guy. That looks nice. Okay, gonna clean that up a bit. And that little bit right there will sand out. I do have to hit this with abrasive. Okay. Does not like me going that direction. Okay. So I'll go a little bit thinner there. Give it a little bit more shape, more of an OG in here. Handle of my banjo just about gotten away there. Now I'm getting somewhere. Okay. So I can put a downward slant on those guys. And then I can use the negative rig scraper once I've got the rest of this shape mapped out. I can use the negative rig scraper to clean all that up. Especially where this figure is at. It wants me to go that way and I can only go so far. Let's see. I think. Let's see. Good idea what the negative scraper will do. Yeah, okay. Yeah. That looks good. Do I like this shape? No. No, I don't. I mean, it's close. It's close to what I'm looking for. It's not quite what I'm at. That is a lot closer. There we go. So I'm going where the grain support is, but because I can't get around the corner because of this wing that's spinning around, I can't move my hand in there. I'm turning the tool around. Still going the same direction. I'm not coming this way. I'm going the same direction uphill because I got that fiber support. So I don't have to try to get this all the way around the corner as long as I am continuing to go with that support. Then even running backwards is going to be a clean scrape. And here I have to come up this way to get that support. feels smooth, but it doesn't look it. So I think sanding hopefully will get, well, it should get that. All right, so this is basically the curve that I want. I need to work on this a little bit more. And I think I'm going to go with the negative rake scraper here just to see. So I should put a fresh, where'd you go? Right there. Redress the burr here. And I'm just going to leave that running just in case, because this is dulling some of my other tools. That's good enough, all right. Now I gotta go grain support this direction, so I'll go down this way. Meet down in that curve. Oh. Yeah. Touch up a little bit there. Still got a really nice burr on it, so. Going with a really light touch, at least as light as I can manage. Bit of a tool mark there. Nice thing about scrapers, they really don't care all that much about grain orientation. Okay, so that is a nice curve in there. I think I'm gonna work just a little bit right there. Cool. All right. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's really going to show up nicely. The chatoyance and the figure in that. Wow. Okay. Very, very cool. Let me back up here a little bit. All right, now I can apply abrasive. I think. Nope. Wait. Wait. Yeah. I can. Um, Let me take care of this little issue here. Okay, take a look at that curve again. That is a nice curve that's going up through here. This is a nice curve. And actually, they pretty much mirror each other. That curve and that curve. So cool. I'm happy with that. Let's do some work with the abrasive here. That guy way over there. And I suppose I better grab a mask. Just making a little bit of dust. Alrighty. Upside down. Oh, itchy face. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. And if ever so slightly touch that spinning corner. Yeah, that looks. Alright, so I'm going to start with. Let's see, looks like I'm going to be changing over to that right there. And this right here. We're getting on time, 10 o'clock, not bad. Probably should put this on the other side. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go powered. All right, I will do that. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, good thing it's on a sanding stick, right? Because I would hate to have my finger in there. That would suck. That would suck most heinously. So, yep, I'm going to have to go powered. Alright, not a big deal. We can swap over right now. Whoops, I forgot. I left the grinder running. Sit next to you. 220. 220. 320. Not what I'm looking for. Next to you. Oh man, am I out of that stuff already? It might be. Well, let's take a gander at the supply box. Let's see. There we go. No. Okay. 320. 400. 400. There it is. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Oh, no, I want that back. think this would be a good time swap over to, come on, get it off of here. Wind up sanding all that figured wood. That's quite alright, because it's going to look awesome. And wait for the compressor to keep up or catch up or whatever. Tra-la-la. I gotta wait for it to catch up, man. Let's see, where's my 220? Oh, there's that. Alright. And 220. I had one open. Tra la 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 la. Yeah, it'll take a little bit longer than I thought, but that's okay. Just gotta wait for that compressor to keep up, catch up. Oh, we're gonna take that out. Okay, that's that side. A tra-la-la. And then after I hit it with this, I'll hit it with the 220. I just got this a little bit to go yet. I really do like that curve. That's got a nice curve out of that. That was it. Alright. Now 220. really nicely. Yeah, come on. Alright, nice. That's nicely sanded. So now I can flip this gate around. Oh my, wait, hold the phone here. Okay, so I'm going to actually need to set a hollow in here so I can get an expansion hold so I can actually hold on to it. So I'm going to carve that in now. Let's see, where'd my air guy go? I had an air guy, where'd he go? There he is. Let's see, move this around. Let's move all this away. Okay. Oh, there it went, right on the floor. Okay. Very groovy. Moving along quite nicely for this piece. Let's see, take that up a bit. Do I have my? Yes, I do. Can I hold that? I don't think so. I think I need to go a little bit deeper than that. think that will hold okay. And since I can't get the largest screw in tight right there, I'll use that guy. So I can put this away. Can sand that later. This can get put away. This can get moved. Oh, actually. A really nice shear slip. Yeah, that looks alright. I think I can get Chuck Hausner okay. We're going to find out. Let's see, I need this guy. How am I doing? Let's see, not that guy. Not that guy. How about you? That should get me right in there. All right. Where'd that piece go? 320. What am I holding on to that for? And that can all be sanded out later. There's that. Let's get this guy off here. Turn him around. What am I doing? I don't need this guy. We're on time. 10:30. Well, we'll get a little bit further along with this guy. But clearly we won't be finished with it this evening. Would that actually fit in there? Yes, it would. All right. Oops. That's gonna clear. Yes. All right, so let's start working on these shapes of these leaves here. Let's see. I think this guy will be okay. Oops. So I'm watching up here while I'm cutting down here. This is what I'm looking at. Woo, doggy. Getting me some. Getting me some sawdust here. Okay. So what I want is for the lidded box to be down a little bit down inside. Well, this is going to clear now. Okay, very good. Hey. Holy crap, do you hear how quiet that is? Oh, man, that is just really awesome. Okay, so I'm going to need a longer tool rest. All that clears, okay. Oh, what am I doing? Actually, you know, I'm not sanding, so I can take this mask off now. Ah! Okay. Put that bag in its little carrying pouch. Oh, and I found myself needing to blow my nose again. Okay. So now I'm curious. Let's see. I'll do this. Cleans that off. So far, at least according to chat, we got Matt. Oh yeah, TZ Snow. Nope, that was last night. Connor, Comely, Bean, FPJ. Well, thanks for joining the channel. The Simple Egg, call me Yaz. Hey, how's it going? Kendry H has joined the channel. Very cool. All right, welcome, welcome. I didn't realize this was going to be a multi-day project, but that's all right. I'm all right with that. Well, let's move. You know what? I really need to be paying attention over here too. Let's move this tailstock out of the way. Get this elbow poker out of here with the whammer. Whammer 1.0. I haven't gone to 2.0 yet because my 1.0 has survived for, man, I don't know what, 15 years? Has it been that long? Wait a minute. Has it been that long? 12 years? I don't know. I haven't needed a 2.0 yet. Okay. Wow, really? Okay, I didn't realize I was low with the tourist. I thought it was just a touch high. Well, now I'm a touch high. There we go. Howdy! Howdy, howdy. That scared me. Oh, man. Daggone it. All right, I'm going to have to adjust the outside shape because it has some gouges in it now. That was a lot of work. All right. So I'm going to need to make a few adjustments here. And I still have my center point, so I'm all good there. But that squirted out of the chuck. All right, well, I will have to get back onto this tomorrow maybe. But it's definitely got some gouges in it now, and that's a huge drag. So I have to work on that some more. All right. It is what it is. So I guess with that, we're going to wrap up the broadcast. That's a bummer. But anyway, you can see let's turn this off. And this. If that doesn't wash it out still, let's try this side. So you can see the curvature I'm going for. I think, if it doesn't wash out too bad. You know what? Let's go back to the other camera. That seems to be working a little bit better. So let me look at this. Let me get this down into the camera view, Dave. See if I can rotate it in the right direction. And you can see that that curve there matches this curve here. Now I got to rework it, so this will be a little bit thinner now, but that's okay. I don't have to take a whole bunch off, but that bums me out, man. I don't like it when that happens. I thought that was going to hop out a lot further too, so thankfully it didn't. Like I said, it caught me off guard. Wasn't a catch. I mean, there's no tear out here. It's not a catch, so it must have just caught that. Maybe I pushed a little too hard at the center here. That's probably what caused it, is that I was going a little bit, trying to be, instead of cutting at the speed the tool can cut, I went a little bit faster, which because this center is spinning a lot slower, it gave it a hiccup, which is why it came right out. So we'll get that adjusted, and we'll have fun with this piece, man. I'm still looking forward to having this into a flower bulb shape. This block right here will become the lid. It'll stick out a little bit, but this will all be folded over as it is. So yeah, looking forward to getting that taken care of. So looks like we're wrapping up a little bit early. I'm bummed about it. I'm bummed about it, man. Why? I want to know why, so I don't repeat it again. Oh, yeah, there it is, right there. Okay, now I see it. Had to get the right angle, so I was right. It was right there, right on this piece here. I went a little bit too forceful, and you can see got a little bit of a dig, and that's what brought it right out of the chuck. So that was me not allowing the tool to move at the speed that it can cut. As you get closer to the center of a spinning piece, the rotation is slower and slower, so you have to slow down. And I did not do that. I could have some support in there, but I needed to get these wing shapes started. All right, I'm going to quit bemoaning the fact. I know I can fix it, and that's what's going to happen. So I'm really looking forward to having this piece done. So I'll get it on it tomorrow, and then or I'll either, if I can't get it on it tomorrow, I'll save it for next week, and we'll get it on the lathe again next Tuesday. So to all the folks out there who are out in Twitch land, thank you very much for joining me this evening. I definitely appreciate the support, and I do appreciate those of you who keep coming back. For those of you who this is your first time or your second time, welcome. And for those of you who visit on a regular basis, thank you very much, and welcome to you as well. I am pleased that you find value in what I'm doing here, and you keep coming back for more. I want this to be a little bit more accessible to people. It's not like wood turning is hard or it's inaccessible. To some it is, because in some ways it's a financial thing, but in a lot of ways it's intimidation because of lack of skill set with this. I'm the same way with online gaming. I don't game online. There's 10-year-olds who can game my pants off. You know what I mean? And what's the point? I would love to be able to spend that time to learn, if I was an online gamer, like really into it, to learn those things, learn how to play the game, practice, that's all that stuff. But it's any endeavor, wood turning included. Practice is the secret sauce. I don't game enough, so that doesn't matter. But I definitely turn enough, and I really should have slowed down right there at that point, and not sure why not. But we will resolve the issue, and I can see too. We had some really nice cuts, but you can see where all this quilting and figures coming through. I'm going to have to sand that because it's a little bit. It's not torn out. It's a little bit rougher grain because the grain is all in different directions. But I know that it'll wind up being a gorgeous little lidded box. Can't wait. I can't wait to show it off to you. All right. So anyway, that wraps up this evening's broadcast, Woodturning Wednesday. Thanks again for joining me, folks. I hope you stay friendly. Sorry to wrap it up this early, but we're at a stopping point, so we're just gonna run with it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope to see you next week, Tuesday and Wednesday evening, 8 to 11 Eastern Standard Time. If I don't have this done by then, we'll have it back on the lathe. If I do, well, then we'll start another project. Um, Always willing to try something new anyhow. So thanks again, folks, and good night.